like, share, comment, subscribe. Become a channel member where you'll get access to all archived videos. Support black male media, support independent media. Super chats enabled, super thanks for the replay gang. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Dr. Thunder Music, all one word. Spell out the word doctor. Spell out the word doctor. And go ahead and shoot me a Cash App if you'd like to buy me a post-workout sandwich. Post-workout sandwich. And make sure you spell sandwich correctly. Sandwich has two M's if you didn't know that. Sandwich, right? And sandwich gang in the house. So, oh goodness. I may still do a panel show on this topic because folks still want to talk about it. What's happening, Bishop Magbone? I may do a panel on Friday on this topic because a related topic, because I know folks really want to talk about this. This has been really a big deal. These charges being dropped from this this black woman and her son. Charges dropped because apparently the court thought that a black man that was retreating, getting shot in the back, was an inappropriate response. This woman instructed her son, her 14-year-old son, to shoot this guy, and he complied. And Jeremy Brown dead on the scene. What's happening, Mr. Donnie Mac? Yeah, now, obviously, this guy, for any reason, hitting this woman, Jeremy Brown hitting this woman, was wrong. He shouldn't have done that. It doesn't matter what his state of mind was, if he had nothing to lose or whatever. I think there's been some of what I've heard folks address or respond to. Their context for it was she deserved to be hit because he told her to stop talking or else he was gonna knock her out, and she had to have the last word. Now, we can talk about the wisdom or lack of wisdom involved in, a woman continuing to talk with a dude that is obviously belligerent. What's happening, Steph's son? Obviously, maybe he had a screw loose. Maybe he just was, he's about that life, whatever. He shouldn't have done that. But but she got a two-piece. She got a two-piece for her trouble, and then she instructed her 14-year-old son to kill this dude. He complied. Now, if you change the sort of the folks involved, perhaps if you change the race of the people involved, if you change the sex of the people involved, would that have had would that have changed the dynamic? So the outcome, we'll say for instance, if um, Jeremy Brown uh, was a white guy. Say if he was a white guy, um, would it have been okay for a black woman to instruct her black son to kill the white man in retaliation? See, that's a part of this that is um, that's important to mention. There was somewhat of a close proximity, but this was not a bang bang. Sorry for the pun there. This was not a bang bang sort of instant replay sort of play. This was uh, base runner is safe by 30 seconds. Base runner is safe by, heck, safe by 10 seconds. Base runner is safe by 5 seconds, whatever it is, right? You don't need instant replay. Coach is not going to waste his he's not going to waste his challenge on the call on that play. We're not talking about a bang bang. We need to decide on how much time went by. No, we're talking about dude is leaving. Are you going to let this dude assault your mother without killing this guy? Right? So, say if that's the scenario and the guy is white, is that going to make a difference? Okay, let's change some other details. Say for instance, the woman assaulted and then issuing the order to retaliate. Say if instead of it being a woman, say if it's a guy. Right? Say if it's two men arguing and one gets a two-piece and he calls out to his son and says, shoot this dude. How about that? Okay, how about this? How about this? How about if the How about if the 32-year-old the 32-year-old Jeremy Brown, say if he was a 14-year-old, say if he was a 14-year-old, and say he too was there with his mother. He too was a son husband. And she tells her 14-year-old son to kill the other 14-year-old son. Or heck, let's say it's a woman. Okay? This would be the scenario. So say for instance, um, Jeremy Brown is a woman. What's happening, Hood Conservative? Say if Jeremy Brown is a woman, it's two women that get in an argument. What's happening, Green Beret? And say Jermica Brown. Say Jermica Brown takes a takes a takes a gets upset, delivers a two-piece, and then the 14-year-old son is instructed to kill this woman in retaliation. Because that's what this is retaliation, right? Again, it's not a instant replay is not needed. The threat is leaving. Right? So replay is not necessary. What's happening in Mujahid? But this is a it's really it is a tragedy. I see you in here, Hood Conservative. I agree. There's no winners here. I think the clear loser is, just an addition to the, usual dysfunction. What's happening, Mr. S? The usual dysfunction in the black community. We added to that. We added yet another, situation to add precedent to just bogus behavior, stuff that is set up in a way to self-destruct. This stuff is going to happen. It's going to get worse. And just think about, we're the fathers, right? We're the fathers. And just think about this. If this woman was not a single mother and she was with her husband, you know, say they went there, and it's three of them there. You think this scenario ends up with Jeremy Brown dying? Jeremy Brown himself may have had gotten a two piece. He may have got knocked out, but you think he's going to end up dead? What's happening in Eclectic Agitator? And what about all of the what's happening, Dwayne Rhodes? What about all of the what about the upbringing of Jeremy Brown? What about the environment that produced a Jeremy Brown? What about the environment that produced Jeremy Brown? Produced a black man, a grown black man that basically had nothing to lose. He just, I'll just do anything. And thought that was appropriate just because he said, say something else and I'm going to knock you out. That is some sort of license for him actually to knock her out or to try to knock her out. Think about his environment, his upbringing. Who raised him? I wonder if he had a relationship with his dad. Did he even know his dad? Gregory Scotland, thank you very much for the $10 support. Always in here supporting, man. I really appreciate it. Always supporting. Salute Dr. Thunder. Now Ms. Single Mama wants to sue city and police. ABW lack awareness. Productive ABM must steer clear of this community. Tired of B-Dub speaking of trauma. Here Umar and Courtney. Yeah, you know, I am you know, the only time I was thinking about this. If okay, so here's another situation. Here's another scenario. We can just imagine this being played out. Say if say if it's two 14-year-old boys. This is really upsetting. I'm more upset talking about this than I thought I was going to be. I'm actually really upset by this. Yeah, I'm really upset by this. Oh man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really goodness. Um. Okay. Say if you have two 14-year-olds. Okay. Two 14-year-olds, not gangbangers, Okay, not gangbangers, just garden variety 14-year-olds. Okay, one of them happens to have a gun, not for gangbanging purposes, but because of his environment, and okay, illegally has the gun. Okay, it's illegal. Say for instance, same situation happens. Jeremy Brown tells one of the 14-year-olds, say something else, or else I'm going to knock you out. And he doesn't have enough sense because his father's not in his life to shut up, right? The 14-year-old. So Jeremy Brown knocks the kid out, beats him up. And the 14-year-old tells his other friend, he says, shoot him. Kill this dude. These guys are real close friends. Say they're brothers even. Okay? And so pulls out the gun, shoots Jeremy Brown in the back, dead on the scene. You think that brother's going to get away with that? What's happening in Indigo Flow? Do you think that how much you want to bet that the prosecuting attorney will be trying to charge that boy as an adult? How much you want to bet they try to charge that bro as an adult? It's as if in this scenario, the only violence that would have been condoned is if it was proxy violence, a woman telling the boy to basically defend her honor. And since he was defending her honor, he's not guilty. If it's for any other reason, Jeremy Brown's dead, but whoever shot is going to jail. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm more upset about this than I thought I was going to be. Thank you, Mujahid, for the $3 cash app saying, oh, WS has given the BW a license to right, to, right, to ilk, right, black men. Yeah. Yeah, it's messed up. It's messed up. What we have going on here is messed up. Yeah, there's all kinds of double standards. There's all kinds of um, there's BS on all sides. All of that. It's there's no place to go. There's no place to go. Yeah, I was saying that. Um, Let me see what we got. I'm gonna address a few of these comments. Seth's son definitely is another smack in the face. Look, and here's the thing, and this is what I don't like. One thing I don't like about the conservative the conservative position on a lot of these issues is to look at Jeremy Brown and say, hey, he was a thug, he was a what's a name, and so whatever happened to him, he deserved, and he shouldn't have been hitting somebody in the face, and blah blah blah. He shouldn't have been attacking a woman. All of this kind of stuff, and actually that can get spread not just to conservatives, but liberals be talking like that too, especially white liberals. Okay, but in particular on the conservative side, I don't like that talk because it misses the point. And nobody is trying to defend a guy for getting in the face of somebody, a woman, and giving her a two-piece just because he didn't like her mouth. Nobody's defending that. That's reprehensible behavior. It's wrong. It's totally wrong, right? And in this situation, it got him killed. Okay, it is totally wrong for him to do that. But we can have a larger conversation about the um just about the value of life. Does do black men, is their life valuable at all? You look at all of these circumstances, you look at the whole um I mean, look at this dynamic, for instance. It seems as if the only time a black man's life is valuable, fighting to defend the lives of black men, is when they are basically killed by a white officer. If you're killed by a white officer and you happen to be unarmed, then your life was valuable. The news will pick it up, 24-hour news cycle, and they'll keep playing new clips of footage and new clips of footage. Oh, this other person had a cell phone, you know, had some cell phone footage. This other video just got released from the, bank video camera across the street. Right? It'll be unending. 2 weeks, that'll all be, everybody will be watching it. Okay? And then these fake SJWs will be talking about how, this is racist and blah, blah, blah. Right? Now, there is no attention to if there is instances of black on black violence or crime, whatever. And I don't even like that expression because it's disingenuous. It's an attempt to diminish the value of the lives being snuffed out. Right? What's happening to tap music? I don't like that. I don't like the black on black crime, black on black murder like this. So if we disaggregate the numbers and actually look at what's actually happening, we're talking about disproportionately gang violence of a bunch of single mother raised, you know, um, late teen to early 20 boys. That's what we're talking about. And it's terrible. Um, it's horrible. But nobody really cares about those lives because they're snuffed out by other black folks. They only care about it if there's like a sort of race baiting kind of stoking some kind of momentum the politicians can take advantage of getting people in a tizzy. That's the only time that they actually even care at all. I don't like the term black on black crime either because all crime is uh, is there are greater is a greater percentage of folks that look like you that are going to be impacted by you. If you're a criminal, it's based on proximity, mostly based on proximity. So wherever I live, that's going to be where I do most of the crime. So if there's a bunch of black folks, right, then it'll be crime against black folks. If I'm white and then therefore most of my proximity is white, then it's going to be crime against white folks. Okay, so um, this these crime statistics, 85% um, of crimes committed against white people is from other white folks, right? But we don't really talk about that. We don't talk about white on white crime. We don't talk about any of that stuff, right? But a black male's life is only valuable if it's snuffed out by a white person. Now, but the reason for this is not because they actually care or they think that something is racially motivated. They don't care about that at all. That's what they say. Really, really what the issue is, and I've said this before, this is a um what is it? It's an artifact. This is an artifact from the slave master. He catches a runaway slave. He kills the slave and puts the mutilated body of the slave on his porch and leaves it there for days as a warning, as a warning against other slaves from trying to escape. I believe that the 24-hour news cycle, all the hubbub when a white person kills a black person is artifact. It's artifacting from that. In this case, there is no such optics. All this is just a sad story. And so why would you spend any time talking about Jeremy Brown's upbringing? What led him to think that he had nothing to lose? Why did he have nothing to lose? Nobody cares about that brother. They certainly don't care about him like they did Floyd. What's happening, Godflow? Please like the video, like, share, comment, subscribe. Become a channel member where you get access to all archived videos, support Black male media, support independent media, super chats enabled, super thanks for the replay gang, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Dr. Thunder Music, all one word, spell out the word doctor. And go ahead and shoot me a Cash App if you want to buy me a sandwich. Sandwich gang. Yeah. So, yeah, there's no winners. Hoodservative put this in the chat earlier. There's no winners. No winners in this. But it's another reminder that the life of Black men is not particularly valuable. And if, as long as it is an XX delivering the order, issuing the order against a Black XY, no problem. Nothing to see here. Open and shut case, self-defense. Oh, it's self-defense. He got shot in the back. He was leaving. Nothing to see here. Yeah, this case is pretty it's pretty gross. And like I said, I found myself a few minutes ago getting pretty upset. I'm calmed down a little bit. I'm a pretty balanced, I'm doing a bunch of raising my voice and all that kind of stuff. But this is it's just like when are we going to when are our lives going to be valuable outside outside our defending women or providing for women or being some sort of 24-hour news cycle event. Yeah, Floyd, that's 100%. That's right. Defend your mama. Defend your mama. Yeah, it's messed up. Really messed up. But anyhow, I just wanted to get on here for a few minutes, and it's later than usual, and um, I'll try to be on earlier tomorrow. But yeah, this is a it's pretty it's just pretty dark what's going on with this case. Now, if she's actually able to, as Gregory Scotland, um, as Greg Scotland indicated in his super chat, thank you again for that support. Um, if she actually is going to sue, if she's actually suing the city, and this is ridiculous. If she's actually suing the city, and if she can actually win in some sort of civil suit, just consider this sort of insult to injury, this sort of all time low that would be the obvious gynocentric bias. The not only can you gun a bro down when he's trying to leave, as long as you are defending the honor of your mother or of a woman, we'll just say of a woman, right? Not only can you do that, but then you can sue the city. And if this is allowed to happen, charges dropped, and she's allowed to sue the city and win, yeah. And that's a good point, Mujahid. Um, the son has now been shown that it's interesting that other black men do not have any value. And that's him his self. He by being able to gun down another brother and get off for it and nobody be held accountable for it, he's being shown that he himself has no value. But yeah, but this is the kind of garbage that you get. This is the kind of garbage that you get when society has been totally run down, totally run down by all these broken home situations, out of wedlock births, fathers not present, either alienated or a small percentage of pookies that are creating all these single mother situations. This is the kind of garbage that gets produced. This is the stuff that gets produced. And it's going to continue to expand. Gregory Scotland again with the $5 super chat. This is evidence that the super chat function works. You get some other folks to throw some change in there. Um, Dr. Thunder, from now on, we in the Black Manosphere are going to have to be more skeptical of infiltration of fake females pushing bogus ideas. You know, well, I have said that um, this space, is really it's about men talking about stuff that men want to talk about to and with other men, and to the extent that um, women want to be part of that, it's okay as long as they are they're not a Karen and they're not a Keisha, right? These are archetypes, general archetypes of negative behavior that is going to be counterproductive for men to be able to talk about what they want to talk about amongst each others without being affected by the female gaze, affected by um, if the message is palatable or not for female consumption, right? And for men to feel free that to be able to express and say what they want to say about what they want to say it about, right? So Karen, she's she's trying to report you to your manager, you know, and she's trying to flag your videos and stuff like this, right? And Keisha thinks that she's supposed to be controlling the conversation. It's supposed to be palatable for her consumption, and she's supposed to have a vote on what the topics and how they're, the topics are discussed. So those are two, I think, would be negative to the free flow of ideas amongst men. And of course, we've always known that. I mean, you talk about like barbershop talk. This is before the barbershop was connected to the beauty shop. And this is before this sort of, scourge of single motherism, right? Where now there's just as many women at the barbershop as anybody, right? Because the sons need a haircut. Good on them for taking their son to get a haircut. That's good. But that doesn't create this sort of environment where men amongst men can talk about what men want to talk about without adjusting and altering the way that they talk about it because they think that a woman could be listening. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that. Um, and I'm about to get off of here now. I got to get to the gym, and I got started late today. Sorry about that, folks. Um, but I did want to get on here and talk about this, and I was a little bit apprehensive to talk on this topic today. Um, a lot of folks are talking about it, um, but I didn't realize I get so upset about it. I'd be quite so upset about it. I don't know. It just at times it's just like it's just depressing. It's like we can't win anything. It's like there's no. It's just worse and worse, and it's like black men have no place to go. We have no place to go. No place in this country to go to get just basic respect. Just just the honoring and respecting of our humanity. It's just it's just not there. And the constant gaslighting that comes from all sides gaslighting from the conservatives, gaslighting from the liberals, right? Gaslighting from the academy, gaslighting from our own community, gaslighting from our our women, gaslighting from our churches, gaslighting from it's it just gets hard to take. It just gets hard to take. And then when you finally have a platform in a community where you can discuss this kind of stuff to try to get some sort of release from just the downward pressing weight that it all is, you're not allowed to do that either. So where are we supposed to what are we supposed to do? Where are we supposed to go? I'm not sure what your comment is about William Harper. Expand on your comment. I don't know what you mean. Oh, get out of here. Somebody get that person out of here. That nobody said that. Get William Harper out of here. Get that person out of here. Somebody get that joker out of here. See again. See that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Thank you, R Jizzle, for that $5 support. Sandwich after the work out fun. Thank you much very much for that. So here and here's the thing. Um, you can have you can have a reasonable conversation about subside. Um, you can have a reasonable conversation about certain kinds of issues. This person said, for me to grow up. Hmm. So, how would I indicate that I'm grown up? How many degrees do I need to have? What's happening, Daryl and Daryl? Well, how many degrees would I need to have to prove that I have grown up? I have a doctorate. What else would I have to accomplish? I'm a tenured professor at a major institution. What else would I have to do? What's happening, Sage's Apprentice? What else would I have to do? I'm married. I provide for my family. What else would I have to do to show that I'm grown up? But that's what we get from everybody. That's what we get from everybody. Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for being here. Please consider supporting. Please consider supporting. So I'll see y'all later. Take care. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. And I don't know. One thing that we could do is we can try to be an encouragement to other brothers. Maybe over the next week, call a brother, call one of your friends you haven't talked to in a long time, and just be an encouragement. Just say something encouraging. Just let them know that you still acknowledge, that he's he's still there. That somebody acknowledges and sees him as being valuable and important. I just think we need that. Brothers need that. And as much of an introvert and pretty resistant to like people patting me on the back and stuff, I don't really care for that. We all need to be acknowledged and just our basic humanity acknowledged. And it's just not something that it just doesn't happen. It's just not a normal thing. So anyhow, I'll see you all later. You be well. Like the video on the way out. And super thanks for the replay, gang. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Dr. Thunder Music, all one word, spell out the word doctor. Sandwich Fund, you got it. Sandwich Gang, all of that. And be well. Peace.